They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet, gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen, in Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to the Farmer's Kitchen. This is our outdoor kitchen. And you know, somebody recently said, as the new year starts, they want to see more outdoor cooking. And you know, I'm all for it.
Even though it's cold?
Even though it's cold. And somebody said not too long ago, you know, all of us don't have a farm. We have plenty of hardwoods on here and downed trees. The ash trees are down, and we've got enough firewood for 5 years. But not everybody has that luxury. So somebody said, how can we cook outside? And I thought, okay, we have to find a way to show those folks how they can cook outside as well. Sometimes you just want to be outside.
Right.
And today's one of those days. So we found a cheap little camp stove, 2 little burners, and we're gonna make you a meal that is delicious, and it's just like being inside. Now here, we have got our charcoal just about ready for dessert. Dessert's gonna take about an hour, so we're gonna get it started here in a second, right after we get our onions going, because we're gonna make something delicious. So, as you can see, we're sauteing some onions. Already it smells like heaven out here.
It does.
Now we are a non-scripted show. Everything we do is in real time. Anytime we're out and about.
Right.
Tell the truth.
Okay. What's the question?
The question is, if I say, where would you like to go? Or you'll say to me, what kind of food do you want? And you'll say,
Mexican.
yes, 24 hours a day.
And you never take me.
I do sometimes. But you know what? Today we're making a dish that has, let's say it's got Mexican flavors.
Okay.
It's not a traditional Mexican dish, but you know, when you think about a tortilla shell, whether it's a flour or corn, whatever, that is just a vehicle. What you put on that is up to you. I've seen people put M&Ms on it and maple syrup, but you can put whatever the heck you want on it. So what we're doing today is, I was thinking about what would be really good for you. I know you like Mexican flavored food.
I
and when
do.
you think about that, you think about cumin, maybe some chili peppers, this, that, and the other. This is not a recipe that you'll find in any book. These are some things that we've taken out of our refrigerator. We've been refrigerator diving and freezer diving. So we found some ground pork and we found some ground beef. So we're gonna just slightly brown our onions here. Release some of those wonderful flavors. Get that nice brown taste, and you automatically got something good. I gotta eat just that.
That does smell good.
Now over here, we have some black beans going. So we're gonna get a 2-in-1 deal here. Black bean soup, at times, is some of my favorite food to eat in the world. I know you like your soups too. I would normally do a lot of heat, but you don't like a lot of heat. So I'm gonna put a little bit of red pepper flakes. I'm gonna put some cumin, salt, some pepper, some chicken bouillon, which has seasonings. And also, let's talk about how we do our beans. And you start with your dry beans. You want to put them in water, in a pan. Just put just enough water in that to cover those black beans. Bring it to a boil, cover it, let it set for an hour. After it's set for an hour, pour that water off, and then put them back in the pan, then put however much water or other things you might want in there. In this conglomeration, what I'm gonna do is put chicken stock in there, about 2 cups. And I wanna keep those really thick because I'm gonna put an immersion blender in these to make something special. I'm gonna take probably 3/4 of a pound of beef, 3/4 of a pound of pork. All right, so now to season this, I'm just gonna open a packet of my chili.
Good idea.
We already know what that taste is, and whatever chili mix that you like, or even a taco mix. Now this and that are eventually going to end up on a tortilla shell. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of that seasoning in there, and I'll just keep doing that until it gets right. Now,
That smells good. Yes, it smells so good.
This is something that I've really planned for you. This is not a Mexican recipe per se, but it has the seasonings that we enjoy in a lot of Mexican foods. If it was me, I'd be dumping red pepper flakes in there, but it's you, so I'm not going to do that. Now I'm going to take those onions. In fact, Mrs. Farmer, if you'd like to, you can dump those onions in those beans.
In the beans?
Let's go ahead and dump the chicken bouillon in there. Let's put a little bit of sea salt, fresh ground pepper, some red pepper flakes.
Not too many.
A lot,
Not
not
too
a
many.
lot, not a lot. Now cumin, I'm going to go probably a couple tablespoons. And then I'm going to keep tasting to see if I need more. So it's starting to smell real good out here. Now, Mrs. Farmer, if you will, cut me up some cilantro, about a quarter of a cup cilantro. Now let's take a lime, cut it in half. I'll squeeze some lime juice in here. This is a little acid here.
I love lime.
I do too.
I love a lime.
So we're gonna let that simmer, and we gotta get a dessert started, because man, that thing takes about an hour. Now I've set my seasoned meat off to the side, just keeping it warm. Still got my beans boiling, simmering.
I like it.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Yes, it
and
does.
I got you some butter melting over here in our
Thank you.
12-inch Dutch oven. Now that's an oven, just like we would have inside, 350 degrees. Do you know the number
I don't.
of coals?
29, 56, 98. I don't have a
That's
clue.
exactly it.
I haven't
17
clue.
on the top, 8 on the bottom.
I knew that.
It's 350 degrees, and it's miraculous. It makes it work.
Yes.
Just like an oven. We had a sweet tooth going on today, so we thought, why not? We had some strawberries, and we had some bananas that just turned yellow. They were mighty green.
Yes, they were.
So I started thinking about our buddy. Remember, anytime we're anywhere with the Duncans, Jim almost always makes his bananas Foster.
Yes, so good.
And I started thinking about that. I thought, what have we got? What do we got? Bananas and strawberries. So what if we did it like a little rum, brown sugar, cinnamon type,
And turn it into a cobbler.
and a cobbler.
That's right.
Because we're out here.
Yes.
So I thought, if we can find a banana cake mix, if you can't, you can use a yellow cake mix. But we found a
one.
banana
Yes,
cake
we
mix.
did.
So Mrs. Farmer, I'm gonna let you just go to town here.
What we did, this is actually 3 pounds of strawberries. They look beautiful, don't they?
They do.
And I've just cut the tops off of them, washed them.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna throw in one banana. And you know, cobbler's easy. A lot of people it's fruit, butter, and a cake mix. But you added some yummy stuff to it. Let's add a little bit of cinnamon. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
So we probably put, what, a teaspoon of cinnamon? 2 tablespoons of brown suger.
Oh yeah.
It's getting cold
I'll
out
stir
here.
it for you. It's
It got
chilly.
cold, yeah. And I have the secret ingredient,
Rum.
3 tablespoons. See how simple? And I love this.
Mom's chopper.
Yes. We're just gonna chop these berries up.
So you're gonna have a little bit of that rum taste, and this
Yes.
is not enough alcohol to do anything negative to your
No,
body.
and we're cooking
It'll
it.
cook up, and it adds such a wonderful taste to this.
I'm getting close here. I wanna make sure they're all kind of chopped up little. All right, now we're gonna move over to the pan and we're gonna assemble this. All right, so we have our strawberry mixture, bananas. We're gonna put this on the bottom. You have a 1/4 cup of butter for me, right? On the bottom of this pan.
Quarter stick.
1/4 stick, that's right, 1/4 stick. Now my cake
I just
mix.
can't believe the smells that are out here.
Yummy. We're gonna do half of the cake mix. This is our banana.
You know, you could pre-mix your cake mix before you come, but it's so much easier just to get
Oh yeah.
store-bought.
Think all the different flavors you could put in here, but I think this is gonna be delicious. All right, now I have 2 sticks of butter, and I've cut it into probably little tablespoon pieces. We're gonna let's put one of them. Maybe let's stir this layer a little bit. Some people just keep putting it on, but I want to stir this one up. Yummy.
Butter's where it's at.
That's right. It makes it good. I'll give you the spoon. Now I'm gonna get the rest of the cake mix.
Oh, that smell.
I know. And we're just gonna let this sit on top, and another whole stick of butter cut up. You wanna just smooth that up for us. Now, this is it. We're gonna top it. This is gonna cook for 1 hour, and you said you got it at 350 for me, right?
Yep,
All
I
right.
will in a second. You know, we're gonna call this our banana strawberry rum fantasy.
Oh, I like that.
Yum. Is that it?
That's it.
So 8 on the bottom, 17 on the top, and it goes 1 hour.
This song's called Halfway Home.
I'm gonna take this immersion blender and I'm just gonna get in here just a little bit. And that ought to do it. I didn't do the whole batch, so I've got my meat back.
That looks perfect.
You smell that?
Yeah, that looks wonderful.
We've got some shells here. We have our corn relish. So in just about a second, I'm gonna start dressing this up, but here's what happened. We got cold temperatures.
Yes.
We got -5 a couple nights. So I thought, I hope our bees made it.
Right, did they?
Let me tell you what happened last year.
Yeah.
Last year, it got cold. A storm came through, a branch fell, knocked the top off, broke
Remember
the
that.
seal when it was cold and killed them.
Right.
So I thought, okay, we still got honey, and I had the hope, because I've seen it before. A lot of times if you leave it and it's got honey in the spring, when they're swarming, a scout will find that box, and they did.
Yay.
Now, if you want to find out if your bees are still alive, just simply go up, put your ear on the side of the
Did you?
hive, yeah,
did?
and you'll hear a buzzing sound.
Did you hear buzzing?
I heard buzzing. So they're
Yay.
still
Okay,
good to go.
good.
Now, here's the interesting thing. This little group that came in here does not look like the bees we had. They're much smaller. So I want to get somebody in here this spring and identify these,
Yeah.
because they're really unusual looking compared to
Really?
the last group that's in there. So anyway, we do have bees,
Yay.
and I hope they're nice. So we've got everything for a meal right here. Corn relish. A few months ago, we made some corn relish because
Yes,
I
we
love
did.
corn relish.
I have one left.
Is that
We've
it?
eaten all of them, yes.
Sometimes I just say I need to have a
You
jar
do.
of it. But here's what we're gonna do. When you think about things that you would put on a taco or a burrito, it's totally up to you. If you want candy canes and mushrooms, you can do that. I'm gonna go ahead and put some meat on here. Pre-seasoned meat. And again, this is just what we grabbed out of our refrigerator and freezer. So are you happy tonight?
I
that
am
we're
happy. I'm starving.
having a
Could you
kind
build a
of
little quicker?
Mexican theme.
Can you build quicker?
Am I going too
You're
slow?
going slow. Just build it.
You want some beans
build
on
it.
there
Let's
now?
eat it. Yeah, put little beans.
All right, now
build
these
it up.
beans, again, I thickened them up.
Yeah.
And these are black beans. That's why they're darker looking.
All right.
And oh, how wonderful the taste is on that. So get you some beans.
Okay, perfect. You're moving
I'm
awful
gonna leave
slow.
the meat- no, you're hungry, aren't you?
Yeah, you're moving way too slow for me.
So now we got onions in there too. So now you take it from there and put
Right.
whatever you want on.
How about the
that
corn relish? Can we have some of
one.
that
Oh
on
yeah,
there?
gotta have that. Corn relish for a little sweet,
How about a little sour cream?
a little tart. Yes.
I'm gonna put little chunks of it on there. How's that? 'Cause I love it. Is that okay?
Uh-huh.
Reload
You
it.
Go one more.
Mm.
You eat from one end, I'll eat from the other.
Cheese?
Cheese, please.
Gotta have cheese. This is so big, we're not gonna be able to wrap it. We're gonna have to roll it.
Nah,
Do you realize we're gonna have to
can
roll
do
it?
We can do it. You know, I don't have any hot sauce this time, and I know you're eating on this one.
Thank
so
you.
We'll just put just a little sauce.
See, it's too big to wrap. We're just gonna have to do this. Look at it. You're gonna pick it up.
I'm telling you what. You ready?
Go ahead. I'm afraid it's gonna
We've
fall.
cut it up with our ulu knife.
Let me take the first bite. How is it?
So, I mean, you saw the ingredients.
Yum, Papa.
How could
Oh.
you go wrong? And you taste that corn in there?
I wish we'd have made it a little bigger. Maybe next time we need to dress them smaller.
Mm.
Wow, that's got all the good stuff in it.
Chili seasoned pork and beef.
That's delicious.
You got black bean soup.
I say your seasoning is so good. It's sweet. It's a hot sweet. I like it.
You got corn relish.
I think I might need a fork for mine. How's that?
Corn relish is something a lot of old timers had around. It's just absolutely wonderful if you've never had it. And I know people are going to ask, so if you want the recipe, here's how we did this. It's so easy. It's got a pretty good shelf life, and it's just delicious at any given time.
Need to make it again.
What we're going to do now is take some of our corn that we've cut off and make this pickled corn, which is delicious.
It is.
Now, if you've never had pickled corn, think sweet pickles kind of solution with the turmeric and the celery seed and the vinegar and the red peppers. You get a wonderful taste.
And sweet corn in it.
And sweet corn, obviously. All right, so we'll do this together. I'll try
12
not
years
to
of
spill
corn.
it.
Yeah.
And this is some fresh, wonderful sweet corn.
And we boiled this, blanched it, kind of chilled it, and I cut this off the cobs.
It's hard not to eat it right there.
I ate a lot of it
I
already.
know you did. I watched you.
I know. I can't help it. I can't resist it. I'm going to use my chopper because it makes everything easier.
You know what? I really like a red pepper in these, a sweet red pepper. I think it really lends itself well
So mainly
to
red.
the recipe and the end product. I mean, look at that. It just looks pretty. And the celery in there gives it just a little bit of crunch.
Well, we need about a cup of pepper, so let's see if we can get a cup of this.
So we're almost to a cup, so we'll put a little bit of this yellow in there. Now, did you know that red, green, and yellow peppers are the same pepper at various stages of their life?
So they all taste the same?
When you pull them off the vine.
They're just pretty.
They're beautiful. And that is the beautiful bell pepper.
All right, there's our pepper. Now if you want to give me some onion, we want about a half a cup of this.
Half a cup of onion.
Celery. Some people put cabbage, but we
Yeah.
like celery.
You know, I think about cabbage more as a green relish type thing. And this can have a little bit of green in it, but that celery kind of blanches out. You don't see a whole lot of green in there.
Just gives it a nice crunch.
And a nice taste. Celery really works well with that.
You know, this is kind of like your mom's chow chow. You can use whatever combo you want. She's always said that. Put in what you like. As long as it gets up to about 2 cups. And there we got 2 cups.
Now look at that.
Pretty
It
colors.
already smells delicious. You ready for some
Yes, so now you have your 2 cups of vinegar and half a cup of water in there.
vinegar?
Yeah. There's actually a cup of sugar right there for you too.
Cup of sugar?
1 cup of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, but that makes it good.
It's a preservative.
That's right.
So we need a half a tablespoon of salt. We're gonna go a half a tablespoon of turmeric. Heart healthy turmeric.
Yeah.
And what an interesting, wonderful taste that brings.
And here's some celery seed.
Half a tablespoon of celery seed. 1 tablespoon of dried mustard. Once we get this up to a little boil, we go
Let's go 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Now that smell right there, that's what I remember
It smells
in
good.
Papa's kitchen and Mom's kitchen. That pickled, wonderful relish smell.
Oh yeah.
So we have completed our boil. I take a little funnel. We're gonna fill our jars up.
Yummy.
And you know, gonna leave a little headspace there, just a little bit. I wish you could smell this kitchen. I absolutely love pickled things. I love preserves. Now I'm gonna put the tops on these. We have cleaned the tops off to make sure that there's no blockage at all. All right, so we're gonna set these in here. Put the water over the top. That's gonna go for 15, 20 minutes.
That's right. And we're gonna have some good stuff.
Yum.
Yummy.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Now here's a little secret. When you put your water in, put a couple tablespoons of vinegar in. It'll help keep the tops clean. Sometimes I get a little white pasty stuff on the top. This will help with that. Make sure this is to your liking.
Corn relish.
Isn't that good? It just reminds me of Papa Harlan's table. He always had some sort of relish.
My grandfather did too. Always had relish. That was the thing you did. That I could just sit and eat that. Delicious.
Okay, now we have the classic looking cobbler crunch.
Got us some ice cream.
Look at what we got. On ice cream. Still piping hot. Now we did 2 of these today because we would never do a recipe before trying it for you. So this is 2. So Kelly's gonna have to take the other one home.
Yes, she is.
Look at that. We got any pecans or anything?
We do. I have some right here. Can we sprinkle some on there?
Yeah.
I haven't
can
brought-
you smell that?
I got whipped cream too. Can we have whipped
Do a little
cream?
whipped cream, yeah. All right.
I'm
Cooked
ready.
everything outside.
Ooh.
It has been kind of a long day. Sun's going down. But I'll let you go first. I know you love stuff like this.
Oh, I do. Wow.
So what we got here,
What are you calling it?
um,
It does taste like banana.
banana, strawberry, rum fantasy.
Oh, that's a good name. I like it. I like that. Oh, wow. What do you think?
I think it's almost too good.
Yes, it is too
It
good.
almost is like
Wow.
beyond.
We haven't been this bad in a long time. This is delish.
So you have that banana Foster's type thing going on. You taste that little rum and brown sugar.
You got
But
cake.
then you got the cake mix and you have the strawberries. Oh man.
This is one of my new favorites. Yummy. It turned out really pretty too. I like it. Okay.
We don't eat a lot of sweets. I mean, okay, I'm guilty of
When you do, you eat a lot at one
abusing
time.
cookies.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's healthy because it's got bananas
Oh
and
yeah, and
strawberries.
strawberries. It is really healthy. And pecans. That's very healthy.
Now, these things that we made today are not in any recipe book until we put them in ours. This shows you that you can go to your kitchen, take a look and see what you have, and come up with an idea. You don't have to follow any recipe or anything. Just start putting things together.
See what happens.
You know what tastes good in a burrito. You know what tastes good seasoning-wise in your meat. So why not just put something together and have a fun extravaganza? You don't have to do it outside. You can do it inside, however you want. Oh gosh, that's good.
And it is kind of cold. I think we should move inside.
It is a whole lot.
It's not getting cold.
Look,
it's getting cold.
I could not be inside anymore. I had to come outside today.
And you didn't build a fire, so I'm freezing.
Get one more bite.
I really enjoy the cakey part of it. You have to make this for Jim and Sharon.
Yeah.
I think they would
Is it
enjoy
like
this.
banana buns? That's almost too good. I'm gonna eat way too much of that.
That's okay.
But you know what? We had a wonderful burrito. We had some black bean soup now that we've got. And the great thing about this is I can take this inside and we can put that in a container, put it in the refrigerator, warm it up tomorrow and do the whole thing again.
Maybe in an hour I'll be eating again.
And maybe an hour. The New Year's ahead of us. We have a lot of trips planned.
We do.
You're gonna see some different things, some different places, some different people because we're back on the road.
Yes, we are.
I think somebody did a song that said something to that effect. But if somebody was to see you pumping gas in the tractor,
I do that a lot with the tractor.
I'm driving down the road and they said, "Mrs. Farmer, where can I get your recipes?" What would you say? We have been catering for a lot of years, and I wanted everything to have a specific taste. Therefore, I had to come up with my own products.
Right.
A dry rub, chow chow, and our barbecue sauce are something that we use in all our catering gigs. I developed this barbecue sauce that is not the really thick, syrupy stuff that you get. This has more of a natural, it's got some pepper and onion flavor in it. You can actually see the particulates in there. You know, a lot of people are asking what we use our dry rub on. Now, obviously, pork and chicken are two of the more common things. Also, we've been using on our corn on the cob with butter.
That is.
I'm telling you, this
It's
stuff
wonderful.
with potatoes is fantastic. So 40 years in the making, Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Dry Rub.
Funding for Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen is brought to you by Emerson Farms Country Store. Something for every member of the family. Ephraim McDowell Medical Center in Danville, Kentucky. Gulf Coast Connection. Seafood straight from the Gulf to you. The Spine Center of Central Kentucky. Wilderness Road Hospitality, Stanford, Kentucky. Visit Frankfort, Kentucky's spirited capital city.